magical humans, and welcome to today's oracle card reading. I also just realized how accurate it was for me to start the videos by calling you answer seekers just when I started this channel. I'm doing so much EFT tapping these days. I'm just like, whoa, like having epiphanies all day long, basically. And I'm just like unraveling my past programming as well, because came from a family system that used gaslighting as control mechanism as well. So yeah, and then just realizing like how right I was the whole time, just sometimes we don't even realize that as we go, and then like it's a matter of faith in yourself and the divine and the universe, etc., to go with that path, and like I came on that path of like calling you all answer seekers, and then eventually you grew with me, and now I call you magical humans because that's who you are, that's who you are to me. Oh, transition. Very interesting. Look at that picture, let it guide you towards something maybe that's waiting for you internally to be discovered. Today, take a deep breath with me. And out. Just realized I even forgot to put on my necklace today. Where is it? Give me a sec. That can't be it. I can't have that nice of a dress on and then just forget the accessories. But I was just like, I was so guided to immediately take action and like film this video that I was like, doesn't fucking matter. But then I forgot, and now I remembered. So I feel like this message, like this channeled message that is coming through, guided with the oracle cards as well. So pretty. It's a lapis lazuli, by the way. For the ADHD people here who are listening, I feel like this channeled message is guided with the oracle cards, and it guides me towards that transition that you're in, of like, you have something that you want to do in your life, but you don't know how. You don't know how it's gonna work out. You doubt what's happening with my hair today. Goodness me. You doubt whether it's gonna work out because you don't know how yet. Like you don't see it with your freaking eyes in the 3-dimensional reality yet, and therefore you doubt whether it's gonna happen in the first place. Are you for real? First of all, goodness me, we're like 3 minutes in and I'm starting now to introduce myself. If you don't know me yet, which is a shame, honestly. My name is Lady Elisa Marie, aka L, and I'm an alignment guide and author. I'm also filming a very special video in a second because I'm going to be unboxing something for you all, which you definitely want to see. So yeah, that's big exciting. And I worked for it for a very long time, and I'm very happy to share it with you finally. So I feel like you're on that path of a transition. Like there's something transitioning in your life right now as we speak. And like you can feel it, but you're kind of doubting it still. Okay, let's erase that doubt right now. As always with these messages, take from it what resonates with you and leave what does not. If you don't resonate how I speak to you, or how I sent you this message, or like if you don't resonate with the message in general, it's just not for you, okay? Just keep scrolling. Thanks. So in this time of transition, it's a lot of like remembering, and I was called to what I wrote down here. It says I am, because I recently rediscovered, okay, quick story time. In 2023, when I, for the first time in my life, manifested a huge chunk of money, like real huge money. Even for back then, I was like, how old was I? I just had turned 19, and I was like, whoa, was mind blown by it. So that was the first time I did that. And at that time, I had a lot of these sticky notes. I have them here as well, because I still use them for that exact reason. So I would write down a couple affirmations that I wanted to internalize at that time. and I would stick them onto my bathroom mirror, because every single time that I, washed my hands or brushed my teeth or like did anything in the bathroom, I would automatically look into the mirror. And since I dealt for a long time with stuff like body dysmorphia, like negative self-talk, all of that stuff, um, like looking into the mirror was for me a negative association. So when I started putting these sticky notes with positive affirmations about myself and my life and whatever onto that mirror, it just automatically, like subconsciously changed my belief about myself, because instead of pointing out like all the stuff that I didn't like about myself or that other people told me I shouldn't like or whatever, like all that self-criticism bullshit, instead of doing that, I would look at the sticky notes and I would read these affirmations like repeatedly while doing whatever I did, 5:55 on the timer, by the way. So that brought the change in. That was one of the things I did at that time. I'm gonna make a bigger video of that eventually, of like how I manifested XYZ in that year, because it was that year that my entire life shifted and changed like that. So yeah, that was a huge era. Anyway, you are in that transitioning phase right now, and that's why I pointed out the I am, because sometimes during that transition, it's not about like creating anything or doing anything new or becoming anything new. It is remembering who you are, and sometimes, in most cases, honestly, existing in your true essence as your authentic self is enough. It really is enough. Like, you don't need to do more. Your soulmate, like, proof, your soulmate is gonna love you exactly the way you are in your healing era, in your healed era, in your completely chaotic era where nothing seems to make sense, where you're still trying to figure things out. Your soulmate is gonna love you through and in all of this, okay? That's just, I think a soulmate connection is just the best way to remember that you being you, no matter if you feel like a complete failure or if you feel like nothing is working out, whatever, like you're still figuring things out, your soulmate is still gonna love you. They're still gonna love you. That's easy as that. And same thing goes for the universe, and same thing goes for your clients, and same thing goes for XYZ. Like, of course, you have to have a couple things figured out. Like, you have to be authentically you. But as soon as you are authentically you, no matter if you feel like you're struggling or not, you are you, and that brings value, Like, I started the energy alignment sessions now 2 years ago, and I didn't know that it was energy alignment that I did. I didn't even know what energy alignment I did. Like, I just knew I did something and it was valuable. And so I was like, I can offer that. I can do that. But mind you, that was right like a couple weeks to months after I realized I can channel for other people. I was still learning myself, and I already made money with that. And so I just started because I knew from previous experiences that even if I feel like I'm not good enough, or like, I don't know, like there's always someone better than me. There's always someone better than you. There's always someone who does it better because they've been in that field for longer, or they studied more, or whatever, more experience, whatever. And I came to the conclusion back then, like 2 years ago now, that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you, per definition, actually, it's been a research thing. You only have to be roughly about 10% better at whatever you do, at whatever you offer, than your clients are. And that, like, knowing that, realizing that, embodying that was the moment where I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll do it anyway, So I got started with that 2 years ago. Today, I still do the same thing, just now I know how I do that. I know how I communicate that. I know who I do this for and with, because I always say like energy alignment sessions aren't just a me thing. It's not just like a tarot reading. You don't come to me and I just read that. No, it's an embodiment process. It's best if you look at my website right now, honestly, because I wrote everything down in the best way possible and the best way that I can communicate such a big thing. Because in the end, it's the whole embodiment process of you remembering who you truly are, what you came on this earth for to do, and then very simple steps that it sounds like, it sounds like a no-brainer because it's so easy to do and implement these things. And sometimes I feel like I'm channeling things where I'm like, is that even real? Like, it's so easy. Like, for example, one of my latest things, we're still talking about the transition, by the way, that you are in. So listen up, you know? Um, like, one of my latest things that I channeled for myself that I'm supposed to do was play video games. And I was like, play video games, have fun. Like, nothing with my business. And mind you, I'm manifesting money right now. Like, I was like, what does that have to do with me calling in money? And then guess what? It was all about nervous system regulation, remembering who I am, like having fun, coming back into the flow, coming back into my feminine energy of like having fun, being joyful, being magical, you know, like doing things like this. I mean, these cards, they bring me so much joy, you know, like that's why I chose them for my birthday. And like that was it. And then suddenly, like, the inspiration sparked, the motivation sparked, and now I'm sitting here and just filming a random video because I got the inspiration for it. Like, that's how it works, okay? So sometimes you have to do random ass things that seem like the absolute opposite of what everybody else would tell you to do to reach your goals, to then reach your goals. But because it's so out of sight, it seems so delusional to do these things instead of like going for it or whatever. Um, because of that, you need someone who guides you, someone like me, who can easily guide you towards that goal, who can easily guide you into alignment with your own energy and into embodiment with yourself. Because in the end, it all comes from within to the outside. All right, let's read what this card says finally, after like 12 minutes. But I'm hearing that was important for you to realize and understand. So watch it again if you didn't fully listen or if you weren't like fully in the present moment. That's what I'm getting. So listen to it conscientiously because there was something in there that needed to click for you in order to move on to the next steps. Oh, also, speaking of the energy alignment session, I think it's common sense, but I did link it in the video description and in the first pinned comment, so you can definitely find it when you're interested in that. All right, so the card number 43, I was just about to say 34. No, it's card number 43. Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. That's the thing. Sometimes, again, speaking of 2023, for me, I feel like the biggest change in my life happened when I realized that if I want to call in my soulmate, which I then did, mind you, I did, I had to make space. And for me, that looked like I needed to make physical space because I moved countries. And I just knew if I wanted to do that, I would have to, like, that's the thing. Back then, I didn't know that. I didn't know that I would move countries. I didn't know that I would leave, like, all my stuff behind. I didn't know any of that. I just knew that I wanted to travel, and I knew that I only wanted to have, like, a backpack, a suitcase full of stuff. That was what I channeled back then for myself, and that's what I worked towards to then. Seems like it doesn't freaking make any sense to do that, to call in your soulmate, right? I did. That's what I did, and that's what worked. And again, it's like, it's so vastly different for everyone. Like, anyone I worked for or with, or anyone I ever channeled for, it was always something completely different. And that's why you can never go to, like, a tarot reading or an oracle card reading that's for a full collective, just like I do right now, and be like, oh yeah, everything is meant for me, like all of this. No, you have to use your discernment and really, like, be tapped into your own intuition and be like, okay, well, this is meant for me, this is maybe meant for me, so maybe rather not, and this is not meant for me. Like, with every sentence I say, basically, with every sentence any tarot reader says, and just in general, like, just feel whether it's right for you or not. Right. But yeah, so sometimes it's that whole process of letting go of things in order to call something in. Sometimes you don't have to put in more effort or put in more steps or invest more or do more or be more or whatever. Sometimes it's really just about remembering who you are and then, like, testing in your life what still is aligned, speaking of energy alignment again, what is aligned with you and what is not. And then letting go of all the things and people and situations and maybe sometimes jobs and whatever, which and who aren't meant for you. Sometimes it's just a letting go process. And what I'm getting right now is for you, it can be that letting go process of like understanding who you are, what you want in life, what your values are in life. Oh my God, at this point, I do have to kind of give a spoiler for the next video, because I'm gonna unpack. I hope it's this one. If not, I'm gonna link the video as soon as it's out. But I did write the portal to your dream life guide, and it's literally what it says it is. It is the portal to your dream life, and it's a guide that guides you there. So it guides you towards how to manifest, like how to consciously manifest your dream life. And it's not the woo-woo type, I promise. It is magical language, but I translated it basically into quantum science. I translated it into somatic exercises, which is like bodily exercises, how to work with your nervous system, how to take practical steps. You know, it's really grounded. It's not woo-woo. It's still fun. All right, well, that was your message. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you like this reading, please consider subscribing to this channel and commenting something nice. I only want positive energy here. Thanks. And yeah, sign up for the energy alignment session with me. I'm very happy to see you there, and I'm very excited, as you can tell. And I'm gonna unpack the packaging I just got now. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.